Okay, it is just right at 7 o'clock, and so we're going to go ahead and get started. We appreciate everybody coming out on this cold, so-called spring evening. And welcome to the Candidate Forum, sponsored by the Cherokee County News-Advocate and Baxter Springs Chamber of Commerce. We welcome you again. We're looking forward to a good debate tonight. The format is going to be fairly simple. Each candidate is going to get 1 minute to introduce themselves and then tell you a little bit about themselves. And then we will move on to questions from the audience. Each candidate, the candidate the question is directed to will get 2 minutes to respond. Their opponent will then get 2 minutes to respond, and then we will move on to the next question. There's not going to be any rebuttal tonight because we have a lot of candidates, and we'd like to get everybody out of here in an hour. We know it's cold. Again, we appreciate y'all coming out, and we're going to get started here.
Ed McAfee, Ward 2, Councilman.
Is there anything you'd like to tell them about yourself? Or
I've been on City Council for 7 years. I think we've accomplished a lot of things in the past, and don't have much going on except for I just like to keep on furthering what we're doing. And I think a lot of people know who I am, and they know that I want to keep on doing the best job that I can do, and I'd like to further keep on doing it.
Can everybody hear back there all right? Or do we need to turn it up? We're good? All right.
My name's Donnie Wade. I'm running for 4th Ward Councilman. I'm new to the council. I was appointed after Gary Ron Coslow was voted out, and so I don't really have a whole lot to say other than I'd like to work for the city. I've been here in Baxter for 17 years, and I've done a lot of volunteer work on the Sheriff's Department and police departments and everything, and I feel like that I've got a lot to offer the city if they'll just give me a chance.
Thank you. Okay, I'm Mike Kaufman, currently the interim mayor. Was on council. Anyway, got a little elevated there, but decided to go ahead and run for mayor this go round. So moved here in '92 from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Managed the senior citizen village apartments here in Baxter Springs, and have done that for over 20 years. So, and was kind of invited onto the council back in the late '90s, and was honored to have been offered the position, and felt like, in a way, it was kind of God's way of telling me to, my way of paying back the town because it was so good to my children. They were in a large school in Broken Arrow, and my son wasn't doing really great in it, but the minute we got over here, he picked right up, and so I've always had that in the back of my mind, our school system, and I've enjoyed the town. I look forward to doing all that I can to keep this town a happy town, a town that people would like to live in. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the chamber and the newspaper and for the people that came out tonight for this forum. My name is Bob St. Clair. I'm running for Ward 1 council seat. I moved here in 1967 with my family, Shirley, and we got 3 daughters, Robin, Kelly, and Stacy. And I've been on the council for approximately 20-some years. And I ran last time to do 2 things. That was to keep the taxes down and get a building tore down downtown. So it was needing it, and it was in very bad shape. So I'll pass it on. Thank you.
My name is Gary Allen. I'm currently your 3rd Ward councilman, and I'm running for re-election this year. The 3rd Ward takes up mostly the entire southeast quadrant of the city of Baxter. Baxter Springs is my hometown. I was born and raised here. I'm a graduate of Baxter Springs. My family is heritage of all of Baxter Springs. I was fortunate enough to retire last year in 2012 from the Cherokee County Sheriff's Department after 29 years in law enforcement. if there's anything that I'm more passionate about, it's the city of Baxter Springs and all of Cherokee County. It's my hometown, it's my family's hometown, it's always been, it always will be. We've had some rough issues in the past year. Sometimes there are things that you just have to get through. You have to think about what is going to be the betterment for your town and your family, in not this year, but next year and the year to come. So sometimes hard decisions are made, but they're made for a reason. That's to make this city as prosperous as we can. In another year and 2 years, I think Baxter Springs, Cherokee County, with the 400 bypass that's coming in, the development that's going out east, we have a lot of potential here. And I think that you have to have certain people on your council that's going to be able to guide you through that. Everybody's concerned about taxes, I know that. It doesn't matter whether you're a school board, a city council, a chamber of commerce, or whatever. You have to have enough money to operate certain services of your city, your government. And we do the best we can. Naturally, everybody would like to see them a little lower, and with the county getting the money that they got this year, and they paid off some debt, hopefully next year their mill levy should be down, and if their mill levy go down, then we should be able to drop our mill levy, which means that your property taxes hopefully should go down. I would ask for your support in a couple weeks, come April, and I'd like to be your councilman for another 2 years. Thank you.
I'm Randy Treat. I'm a third ward councilman at this time. I'm a candidate for the mayor here at Baxter. I've lived here 40 years. I married a girl from here. I've retired in 2010 from the state of Kansas. And obviously the mayorship would be something new to me, but as like everyone else, they'd never been a mayor prior to their entry into that position. So if I'd have your support, well, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sherry Brown. I'm running for Ward 4 council seat. I've been here and a resident in Baxter since 1982. Some of you may know me from a business I had out by Walmart. It was Smart Woman Consignment. We were there for 7 years, and I had to give that up due to health issues, which I've overcome. And I'm kind of at a point where I felt like it was time for me to give back to my community. And about a year ago, I started going to council meetings and paying attention because I had no clue how city politics operated. And I noticed over a period of time that the city is kind of divided. And I think that we kind of need to come together and figure out a way to do away with the dissension that we have. And it's going to be hard. You've got to try to heal a city, you know, and that's going to be difficult. And I think we have a lot of good people that work for the city, and I think that, you know, we've got a good foundation for it. So I've got some good ideas. I'd like to give them a try, and I ask for your support. Thank you.
I don't really need a microphone, so I'll try to talk quiet. Anyway, because I tend to speak loudly. My name is Kathy Bolig. My maiden name is Skaggs, so I grew up in Baxter Springs. My grandparents had the CNS drive-in. My uncle had the flower shop, and we presently own the store uptown, Sac 66. I was a educator for 35 years around Springfield, Missouri, in a small town called Willard, Missouri, although the population was 1,700, so it was smaller than Baxter Springs, but we had a very nice swimming pool, we had a great parks department, and we had a lot of things that I didn't see when I came to Baxter. I'm an avid bike rider, although according to my weight right now, it doesn't look like it, but anyway, I am an avid bike rider, and when I started riding the streets of Baxter, I have to say a lot of memories came back to me, and I've been heartbroken by what I saw. And what I want to see, I feel like our city has declined over the years. It's just been picked away, picked away, picked away. And I want to see us take small steps to build back up to where I feel that our city has a potential. My concern is, Gary mentioned 400. If you know about 400 is going to bypass Baxter. If we don't act now and do something to Baxter, it's not going to help us. Our restaurants are going to close. We're going to be knocking down more buildings. And so I am excited about being back home. I've been gone, but I am excited, and I was excited to have a business. And for the first time in my life, I've gotten really interested in history and you know, but then I became frustrated because I got involved in the Byway Committee. I got involved in the Maps Committee, and I began to see the struggles that we were having working together. And what I want to do is help bring us back to community, to family, to kids on the street. So I better pass it on.
Hi, I'm Sherry Howie, and I'm married into a Baxter Springs grown boy, and I've been here for 35 years. I've owned a business for that long, and my kids all grew up here in this community, and I too started getting involved, not knowing most of these other people, and I just seen things weren't, going together, and I've got some new visions, I've got some new ideas, and, sometimes we can become complacent when you're on something for so long. Sometimes opponents have been unopposed and everything, so we've got people running now, and hopefully that everybody will get out and vote. That's been an issue on these small elections, so hopefully everybody will get out and vote and try to vote for the best person that you think will do the job to help unite the city and to try to get some of the infrastructure into some of the things that I see is kind of failed. We do have some good department heads. We do have some good people working for the city, and I would just like to have my input and at a different level that I am right now, and I would appreciate your vote.
My name is Lori Alquist. I was born, raised in Baxter Springs. Some of you may know my father, who was a surgeon from 1952 to 1980 in Baxter Springs, Joplin, at Springman's and St. John's. I've been in the community most of my life. I moved out for 19 years. Came back to raise my son, put him in a smaller school district, which was the high school, and as Mr. Kaufman mentioned, it did him wonderfully. So it's a great town. It's a wonderful place, and I've seen it deteriorate as well. And I just think that there's things that we all can do to contribute to bringing it back to where it was at one time, and that can be it's a team effort all the way around, community-wise, as far as council members and mayor is concerned, all the way down the line. So I'm running, and hopefully, I know I would do a wonderful job for y'all, and I have an open mind, and I'm ready to just dig in and do what is necessary to make it a good community. Thank you.
All right, we're going to open it up for questions from the audience now. If you have a question, just